he felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn.
So it's purported that Floyd allegedly has lost over $100 million in total, and that there's some financial strain right now for Floyd Mayweather.
Gervonta Davis clowned Floyd Mayweather after a leaked phone call of Haymon has sparked fresh speculation about Floyd's financial situation, with some claiming it confirms the undefeated legend is broke. Fueling the controversy even further, Tank Davis has reportedly mocked his former mentor by suggesting that Mayweather is no longer securing the biggest opportunities, while Davis himself continues to land increasingly lucrative deals.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. A lot of people don't know what Floyd. Everything that Floyd said right there, the chrome heart bed, the Maybach, the lawyer, that was all in my post.
Recently, 50 Cent shared what he claims is a leaked phone call involving Haymon and Leonard Ellaby, reigniting speculation about Floyd Mayweather's financial situation. In the alleged recording, the two are heard discussing Mayweather in a way that has fueled online rumors that the undefeated legend is facing serious financial troubles. While the authenticity and context of the audio have not been independently verified, the leak has gone viral across social media, with fans debating whether it exposes deeper issues behind the scenes.
It makes me wonder, how long ago was this conversation, and why did they choose to drop it now? Could it be because of the news? Obviously today, two big things. One, the Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 fight being postponed again. It's not happening in September. And the exhibition fight that Floyd was supposed to have in Greece being canceled due to the lawsuit that's being filed against Floyd from CSI, the company CSI, which was going to put on this Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather exhibition, and them saying, hey, Floyd took advances on this fight. He went ahead and he's not supposed to go into any other fight until he does this fight. So those two things kind of hanging over this. I think maybe 50 dropped this because of all these headlines being generated. Like, we've seen reports of Floyd being sued, that he's having money issues. Floyd suing other people. He sued, I believe, Steven Espinosa, the former head of Showtime Sports, when there was a Showtime boxing, as well in a lawsuit, I want to say a few months ago, for over $100 million. But
sports analyst Marcos argues that the alleged tension between Leonard Ellaby, Haymon, and Floyd Mayweather is surprising because the three men worked together for decades and were instrumental in building one of boxing's most successful careers. Ellaby served as the public face of Mayweather Promotions, while Haymon managed Mayweather's business affairs and helped negotiate many of his biggest fights. Because of this long history, Valius believes it is unlikely that a single disagreement caused such apparent hostility. Instead, he speculates that the conflict may have developed over time, with financial issues potentially playing a major role. Although he presents this only as a possibility, Villegas notes that money is one of the most common reasons close friendships and business partnerships fall apart. Disputes over ownership, profits, contracts, or control can create resentment even among people who have trusted each other for years.
Never said like a bad thing about him. This is a closed door conversation. That's the other thing. Like, if this was a private closed door conversation, I would think that Leonard and Al, if this is real and it's not AI, probably are probably livid, to be frank, that a private conversation got leaked and 50 Cent was the one to go ahead and leak it. Wow, and especially the relationship that Leonard and Floyd had, is surprising to have someone that was that close to you. Like, what could cause someone that close to you to have this type of reaction, I'm assuming here, but could be money. Money is a MFer, man.
Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather Jr. shared a close professional relationship for many years, with Mayweather helping promote Davis early in his career through Mayweather Promotions. Their partnership played a significant role in Davis's rise as one of boxing's biggest stars. However, the relationship eventually deteriorated, and the two have publicly criticized each other on several occasions. Davis has alleged that Mayweather attempted to hold back or sabotage his career by limiting opportunities and try and maintain control over his professional decisions. Davis has suggested that he feels vindicated by Mayweather's recent business and legal challenges, believing they reflect the consequences of their falling out.
And that's cool. It's just like you just don't vibe with like what they on. And that's, I mean, I've been in a situation where though, like, I was in a lose-lose situation. Now, what came out still on top.
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just a little situation that he put me in to, make me lose. But he thought I was gonna lose. But
you talking about like a boxing match or?
Yeah, boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 16-0. 16-0. And I was 21 at the time. And I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, so.
Some boxing commentators and industry observers have argued that Floyd Mayweather's recent controversies reflect the consequences of greed and broken loyalty. According to this viewpoint, disputes over money, business control, and personal relationships have strained ties with people who were once central to his success. Supporters of this interpretation point to reported disagreements with former associates, lawsuits, and public criticism as signs that financial interests may have taken priority over long-standing partnerships.
All kind of different financial problems. You can hear Leonard Ellerbe saying that Floyd Mayweather Jr. allegedly owes him millions of dollars. And Al Haymon said, don't worry about it. We gonna put that little dude in the ground and I got you covered. We're covered. Your money's going to be, don't worry about it. Your money's going to be there for you. Wow. So what did I tell you? I told you that the problem with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his financial problems is not just one of him being reckless and him being stupid. It is one of him being greedy and disloyal. Greedy and disloyal. And if you've listened to my live streams over the last several years, I have done a considerable amount of conversations about how the underworld and the underbelly of boxing actually works. And when you hear somebody like Al Haymon say what he says, I'm telling you, that is not a good thing for Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Junior Dan Raphael describes Floyd Mayweather's current financial and legal situation as a dramatic contrast to the image Mayweather spent years building. He says the boxer often presented himself as not only one of the greatest fighters ever, but also as a brilliant businessman who made smart investments and managed his fortune wisely. While Raphael acknowledges claims that some associates may have stolen money from Mayweather, he believes those losses alone should not explain the extent of his reported financial problems. He argues that the situation appears to be the result of multiple issues.
The fact that he's in this situation, I mean, number one, it's very unfortunate, obviously, and I'm certainly not rooting for his downfall, but in many ways, you bring it on yourself. Even if it's true that elements of people that worked with him stole money from him, he should still have a lot of money left that wasn't stolen, number one. I'm not saying it's right to steal the guy's money, but the point also is that you mentioned he just spent so long talking about what a great business person he was and making smart investments. I mean, I remember one year he was honored at the Boxing Writers Association of America awards dinner. Now, normally you get an honor at the awards dinner, even if it's one of the big awards, when you go up and you make your speech, you talk, maybe 3 or 4 minutes at the most, and get off stage and go back and sit down. And I remember Floyd at this dinner in New York. I mean, I don't remember what year it was. This is probably like 6 or 7 years ago. He spoke for like 40 minutes probably and just destroyed the entire dinner. And whatever. I mean, he is Floyd Mayweather. But the gist of his discussion and his speech wasn't about his career as a fighter or the reason he was being honored or appreciation for those that got him where he was. It was all about what a great business person he was and how smart he's been with his money and all this other stuff. And now you fast forward and you see this, and it's just like, it's very sad. And I'll tell you another thing. Every time I read about this or get the court papers and see what is going on with however much he owes here or the advances he took there or the sheer desperation for money.
Rather than a single setback, Raphael also explains that Floyd Mayweather is accused of taking large advance payments from two different companies for the rights to a possible rematch with Manny Pacquiao. This created a legal dispute because both companies believed they had the rights to the same fight. Instead of continuing to fight each other, the companies reportedly reached an agreement involving Netflix to move forward if the rematch eventually happens. Raphael says he listened to the full 2-hour court hearing and learned that Mayweather's first priority is still an exhibition with Mike Tyson. Because of this, a fight with Pacquiao is not expected to happen this year. According to the lawyers in court, January is the earliest possible date.
And I went on and I listened to the hearing that was on they didn't do the hearing in the courtroom. They did this right before the fight was canceled, the day before the fight was canceled. They did it on the telephone. So the judge was speaking and the lawyers were on the call. And there was a call-in number. I called in and punched in the access code. You didn't have to identify yourself. I wasn't, I was just listening in. I was on mute. And I listened to the whole freaking 2-hour thing. As a matter of fact, if anybody really wants to hear the minutia, I recorded it and it's now lives on our Big Fight Weekend podcast feed. And anybody can go on and listen to the entire thing and hear it for themselves. Where they went over all kinds of different things between both sides, between CSI and with the lawyers for Floyd Mayweather. Couple things. Number one, the Tyson exhibition still comes first, and they still hope to get that on. If they can, they'd like to do it September the 12th, which tells you, and they said this, the lawyer said, this was not me making this up. This is just the reality of what both sides agreed to. Yeah, the Manny Pacquiao fight ain't happening this year. So all the nonsense about it's going to be September this and it's going to be at this place or that place. No. It's not. At the earliest, it's January. Supposedly Netflix, according to what the lawyer said, is now. Originally they weren't, but now apparently they are willing to do the Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch event in January. But Floyd has obligations to these other fights first, and that was the whole premise of their going to court to stop the Zambitas fight.
Mayweather Jr. has come under increased scrutiny following reports surrounding his ongoing $340 million lawsuit, which he filed against Showtime networks and former executives over alleged misappropriation of fight earnings. According to the lawsuit, Mayweather claims that a significant portion of his career income was improperly diverted through financial channels managed by his former advisors and associated parties, leaving him short of hundreds of millions he believes he is owed. The legal filing alleges that earnings from some of his biggest fights, including mega events like the Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor bouts, were routed into accounts controlled by intermediaries rather than being fully transferred to him, raising accusations of breach of fiduciary duty and financial misconduct.
Is suing Showtime and Steven Espinoza, the former head of Showtime Sports, for hundreds of millions of dollars that he claims are unaccounted for. Let's go ahead and break it down and give you all the details about what's going on. What's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas here for Fight Up TV. And you know Floyd Mayweather as probably the richest and one of the most dominant boxers in the history of the sport. But now Floyd is stepping into the courtroom to fight for money he claims that he was never paid, and he wants justice on his terms. So let's talk details. Let me tell you about the lawsuits. On February 3rd, 2026, Floyd Mayweather filed a lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinoza, claiming they helped his former advisor, Al Haymon, misappropriate a huge chunk of his fight earnings to the tune of $340 million. Mayweather says the money is still missing and unaccounted for, and he's now suing Showtime and Espinoza for aiding and abetting breach of fiduciary duty, civil conspiracy to commit fraud. Ooh, that's a serious accusation there. Conversion, unjust enrichment, and he's seeking punitive damage on top of the missing $340 million.
Meanwhile, Logan Paul's recent allegations are adding more fuel to the already blazing fire. Mayweather's 2021 exhibition bout with Logan Paul remains one of the most talked about crossover events in boxing, but has also become controversial long after the final bell. The fight which reportedly generated over 1 million pay-per-view buys and massive global attention, was widely seen as a commercial success despite lacking an official winner or competitive stakes. However, Paul has since claimed that he is still owed $1.5 million in the event, alleging that Mayweather's side of the promotion involved a pre-sale deal with an overseas company that was never fully accounted for in his payout structure. According to Paul, his contract entitled him to a percentage of that agreement, but he says he never received his full share.